Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're caring for a loved one with dementia or trying to understand what your family is going through, you're not alone. This channel is a place for support, guidance, honest conversations, and practical tips to help families cope day by day. Together, we'll learn how to navigate the challenges of dementia with patience, love, and understanding. So let's get started. If someone you love has just been diagnosed with dementia, first, let me say this. You are not alone. Getting that diagnosis can feel overwhelming, confusing, heartbreaking, and scary all at once. You may be asking yourself, what happens now? How do I help them? What do I say? How do I handle my own emotions while trying to support them? In today's video, I'm going to walk you through how to deal with with a newly diagnosed dementia family member, what to do in those first days and weeks, how to communicate with compassion, and how to support both your loved one and yourself through this life-changing moment. This is not about doing everything perfectly. It's about learning how to take the next right step, one step at a time. Take a breath. This is a process, not a one-day crisis. One of the first things to understand is that a dementia diagnosis doesn't mean everything changes overnight. Yes, it's serious, and yes, it's life-changing, but dementia is usually a journey, not a single moment. Your loved one is still the same person today that they were before the diagnosis. They still need dignity, love, patience, and connection. In the beginning, many families go into panic mode. They start thinking 10 steps ahead. Will they lose their memory completely? Will they need full-time care? Will they have to stop driving? What if it gets worse quickly? Those questions matter. But in the first stage, try to focus on this. What does my loved one need right now? Not 6 months from now, not 3 years from now, but right now. What they often need the most is reassurance, calm, emotional safety, patience, and someone who will treat them like and someone who won't treat them like they've disappeared. The diagnosis is new for them too. They may be frightened, embarrassed, angry, and in denial, or even relieved to finally have an explanation for what's been happening. So the first thing you can do is slow down emotionally and remind yourself, we do not have to solve the entire future today. Understand that everyone may react differently. After a dementia diagnosis, family often expect one emotional response, but the truth is reactions can be all over the place. Your loved ones may cry, act like nothing is wrong, deny the diagnosis, ask the same questions repeatedly, become angry, blame others, shut down emotionally, or seem surprisingly calm. And family members may react differently too. One sibling may be the fixer, trying to control every appointment and decision. Another may avoid the topic completely. Someone else may say, I don't think it's that bad, because they're scared to face reality. All of these reactions can happen because dementia brings grief before loss has fully happened. It creates uncertainty and makes people react in complicated ways. So try not to expect perfect behavior from your loved ones or from your family. Instead, expect emotions, expect confusion, expect some hard conversations, and remind yourself that acceptance often takes time for everyone involved. Talk to your loved one with respect, not panic. One of the biggest mistakes families make after dementia diagnosis is talking about the person instead of talking to the person. Even if your loved one is forgetful, confused, or struggling to process information, they still deserve to be included in conversations about their life whenever possible. So instead of saying things like, she can't handle that, he won't understand, don't tell mom too much, it'll upset her, You can try saying, "How are you feeling about what the doctor said? What worries you the most right now? What would help you feel supported? What do you want us to know?" And when you talk to them, keep a few communication tips in mind. Speak calmly and clearly. Use a gentle tone. Don't rush. Don't overload. Because if you overload them with too much information at once, it can be confusing. Ask one question at a time. Too many questions can feel overwhelming. Give them time to respond. Silence may feel awkward to you, but it may simply mean they need more time to find words to process the question. Avoid correcting every mistake. If they if they mix up a date or repeat themselves, you don't always have to fix it. Constant correction can create shame and frustration. Don't talk down to them. They are an adult. They deserve dignity. Focus on feelings, not just facts. If they say something confused or inaccurate, ask yourself, what emotion is underneath this? Fear, frustration, or sadness? The goal is not to win an argument. The goal is connection, reassurance, and preserving trust. Communication experts for dementia care recommend using a calm tone, allowing extra response time, asking one question at a time, and avoiding criticism or arguments whenever possible. Let your loved one feel that they feel. Let your loved one feel what they feel. When someone gets diagnosed with dementia, people around them often rush to make them feel better. We say things like, "Don't think like that. It could be worse. You seem fine." Or, "Let's just stay positive." These comments usually come from love, but they can accidentally make the person feel dismissed. Your loved one may be grieving. They may be grieving the loss of certainty, the fear of losing independence, changing an identity, embarrassment about memory problems, anxiety about becoming a burden. Someone, excuse me. So one of the kindest things you can do is make room for their feelings without trying to erase them. You can say, "I know this is a lot to take in," or, "You don't have to have all the answers right now." You can even say something like, "I'm here with you," just to give them reassurance, or even, "We'll figure this out together." The last one matters because dementia can make a person feel like they are slowly becoming invisible. They need to hear in words and in actions that they are still loved, still respected, and still part of the family. Learn the diagnosis. Don't just hear the word dementia. Dementia is not one single disease. It's a broad term for changes in memory, thinking, behavior, and daily functioning. Alzheimer's disease is one cause of dementia, but there are others too. So after diagnosis, one of the most helpful things you can learn: what type of dementia was diagnosed? What stage is it believed to be in? What symptoms are most common with this type? What changes should we watch for? What treatments or supports are available? What safety concerns should we think about right now? Write questions down before appointments. Ask the doctor to explain things in plain language. Bring another family member if possible so someone can take notes, because when families don't understand the diagnosis, they often interpret symptoms as laziness, stubbornness, manipulation, or not trying hard enough. But dementia changes the brain, and understanding that helps you respond with more compassion and less anger. Focus on early support, not just future decline. When people hear dementia, they often immediately picture the late stages, but if your loved one is newly diagnosed, they may still be able to do many things independently. This is the time to support their strengths and not strip them away. Control. You can ask things like, what can they still do safely on their own? Or what routines help them feel confident? What tasks become difficult? Where do they want help and where do they still want independence? Your role is not to take over everything. Your role is to support what is still working while gently planning for what may change. This might mean helping organize medication, setting up a calendar or a reminder, simplifying finances with oversight, attending appointments together, creating a daily routine, making the home easier to navigate, watching for driving concerns, reducing stress and overstimulation. The goal is to create support without taking away dignity. A newly diagnosed person still wants to cook, socialize, go to church, garden, babysit grandkids for short periods, or participate in family decisions. If it's safe and realistic, keep them involved. A diagnosis does not erase personhood. Start the important conversations early. I know this part is hard, but it really matters. In the early stage, when your loved one can still express preferences clearly, it's best time to talk about future plans. This may include medical wishes, who should help make decisions if needed later, financial planning, legal paperwork, driving concerns, living arrangements, daily care preferences, what matters most to them as the diagnosis progresses. These conversations can feel uncomfortable, but they are actually an act of love. Instead of waiting for a crisis, try approaching it gently. Like, you can say things, I want to make sure we honor your wishes. Can we talk about what matters most to you moving forward? Or, I'd rather have this conversation now while we can do it together. It's much easier to plan from a place of calm than from a hospital room or emergency. Get support before you're in burnout. If you are the spouse, adult, child, sibling, or primary support person, hear this clearly. You need support too. Do not wait until you are exhausted, resentful, isolated, or emotionally falling apart to ask for help. Dementia caregivers can be deeply meaningful, but it can also be emotionally draining. You are not weak if you need help. You are being realistic. Support can look like joining a caregiver group, support group, talking to a therapist, asking siblings for concrete tasks, having someone sit with your loved one so you can rest, using respite care, learning from dementia organizations and caregiving communities, making a list of people who can help with meals, rides, errands, or appointments. The Alzheimer's Association has a 24/7 helpline at 800-272-3900 and caregiver support resources that can help families after a new diagnosis. If your family is already arguing, don't ignore it. Dementia can magnify old family tensions, trying to divide responsibilities clearly. Communicate often and focus on the shared goal, supporting your loved one as well as possible. What your loved one needs the most. If your family member has just been diagnosed with dementia, you do not need to have all the answers today. What matters most in the beginning is this: stay calm, learn the diagnosis, include your loved ones in the conversation, listen more than you fix, protect their dignity, plan early, accept help, and remember that it is a journey you do not have to walk alone. Your loved one may forget names, dates, or details, but they will still feel your tone. They will still feel your patience. They will still feel whether you are safe with you. So if you're wondering what to do after a dementia diagnosis, start here. Show up, slow down, learn, listen, and love them where they are. And if you're walking through this right now, I'm sending you so much strength. one day at a time is enough.